Okay, I think it's on.
Hey.
Well, welcome to the final episode of Just a Bit of Banter. We are live for our final episode.
Live.
So if you are
Anything
available
can
out there,
happen.
anything can happen. You don't even know.
I don't
But
know.
we are back after quite a hiatus, I'll be honest. And
Whose
we're
fault
here
was
to.
that?
That's mine.
It's Patrick's.
It's pretty much my fault.
The record shall so reflect.
Yeah, it's live on YouTube now to 16
Yeah.
subscribers that it is my fault that we went on hiatus.
We got
Hey.
the
Hollywood
What's
came
up,
back
Glenn?
from the chat. We're doing a celebratory victory lap here. So if you want the link, just reach out to George. I know you have George's number.
Oh, dude,
I know what you guys talk about.
Sorry about your
You're
Instagram.
getting a little wild, dude. You're getting a little wild, dude. I don't want to do this fucking tech stuff.
Yeah.
Well, then shoot it to me. I'll take care of it. But yeah, welcome to the final episode of Just a Bit of Banter.
Just a bit of banter.
We are gonna open with City are officially Premier League champions for the fourth time in a row.
All right.
Something that has never been done in English Premier League history. And I'm excited. Let's roll it back a little bit to that Crystal Palace game where we drew in December, where I said the season was over. And
You did.
I said we are not going to win the Premier League this year. And I'd be the first here. I'll put my hands up. I was wrong. I doubted.
Wow.
I lost faith in this club. And lo and behold, we went on I don't know how many games since then, unbeaten run where we didn't lose a game and we ended up winning the Premier League. Liverpool dropped off. Arsenal dropped off. Everybody wants to point the finger at I'm shouting out to you. You know who you are. Everybody wants to point the finger at a bunch of different things that went our way. And, maybe we should have had a pen, or Liverpool should have had a pen against us. Maybe we should have had some calls go against us and it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, we went on an unbeaten run from December from that Crystal Palace game and or maybe it was the Villa game, Crystal Palace or Villa. It must have been the Villa game because we actually lost that. So Crystal Palace was a draw. It just felt like a loss because of that draw. And we're Premier League champions. We've done something that no one has ever done. And
Premier League champions.
honestly, I'm still taking it all in. To be honest with you guys, it's still crazy. I'm glad the final day. I'll say this. I'm glad the final day of the season was rather chill, all things considered.
4 times in a row, dude.
4 times in a row. Respect.
That's
Respect.
That's pretty impressive, dude. And I know that you're happy. We had chatted even after the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we were on Instagram Live.
Yeah, that's right. We were on live, Instagram Live. Man, dude, I think that was. I was kind of flipping back and forth because everyone played at 8:00, so it was kind of tough to, you had to like screen them. You know what I mean? But I was kind of flipping back and forth with the game, and good God, it was. It's pretty nuts, dude. It's pretty nuts.
I'll tell you what, it's a great way for Foden to round out an fantastic Premier League season. Obviously you got the 2 goals in the game, one coming in the first 70 seconds or whatever, and just kind of calming everybody's nerves. I can tell you I was nervous the day excuse me, the day of the game. Yeah, the day of the game.
More nervous than I've ever seen you in your entire life.
Ever. Even when there was a
I
fire.
know this because I was outside your window looking in on you.
Nice.
Bean,
it's fucking creepy.
Somehow I didn't see you.
Bean didn't either.
Fucking Jimmy Buffett shirt.
Dude, you love this shirt. Everybody loves this shirt.
Margaritaville over here.
A ton of compliments on this shirt.
That's because you live in Tucson where no one is like, I don't know.
A weirdo wears crazy shirts. Well,
you are pretty
let me
weird.
tell you something about me. I'm always right.
We're not here to talk about my transition.
I'm not here to talk about my transition.
But yeah, man, like honestly, George, you were watching all the matches. I was solely focused on the City match. I'm gonna be honest. All things considered, Arsenal actually could have lost that match. They ended up pulling out the win, but we kind of don't rip on Tucson. I'm always gonna rip on Tucson. I have to.
Yeah, don't fucking rip on Tucson, man.
It's the
Love
dirty tea.
Tucson.
There's only one. There's only two good things about Tucson. Well, three if you include Greg. But
Greg.
What?
Hey,
He got the
Congratulations.
So there's Greg, there's Mount Lemon, and there's downtown Tucson. Like,
All right.
what's the main street there? Like by the
Broadway,
Rialto?
Congress.
Yeah, Congress. Congress is pretty dope. But other than that, the rest of Tucson sucks ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. I'm pretty cool. I'm down here. That's okay. We're doing it. We're doing it live. We're talking about City. If you're just joining us, Manchester City, Premier League champions for the 4th year in a row.
It's crazy.
I thought maybe something would come up if I did that.
No.
But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Where do we even begin?
Where do we begin?
It's just a
wild. Were you expecting the win? Was it going to be nerve-wracking win?
He wasn't expecting to win because he was talking shit.
You were talking shit. We're not going to win. You know, if we lose it, we're not going to win the league. Blah, 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 blah. He was just saying that. So when they win, it's like, you know what? I didn't fucking know. How do we win it? Blah, blah, blah.
I definitely am surprised that we have won this Premier League. I'm not going to lie. Because this season has been such a roller coaster. Every team has traded positions at least once this season. No, I definitely didn't. This was not clear cut that we'd win at all this season. That Palace game especially just made me be like, you know what? This is a transition season and I'm okay with that. We just coming off the treble. We've won everything. We won everything this year. I mean, if we win the FA Cup this weekend, we're on for 4 trophies this year. And I was just really in a place back in December and January and February of like, hey, we're in a transition
place.
After the Palace game, I definitely was in a dark place. That's definitely for sure. But, you know, as the season went on, I kind of calmed down a little bit and it was like, you know what? Okay, transition season. We'll be back next year. But yeah, dude, I couldn't even tell you how we did it this year. I really can't.
I can. And there's one player. Mr.
115. No, it's 115. That's why.
Ooh, 115.
I'm just kidding. It's a good thing it's a good thing we allegedly overpaid a manager who doesn't even manage this team and doesn't have any players in this team, because that's why we went on this winning run and now we're so good, something like that. But yeah, no, George, you're right. It's definitely like it's Foden's year, really took the mantle. Yeah, a shout out to Hollywood Kickbacks. Arsenal dropped to Villa. Everybody had opportunity this season to run away with it, and no one really did. And it was, I mean, in hindsight, again, I'm still sort of taking it in. I think we're going to look back at this season and be like, man, this was a really great season, because no one really knew who the winner was until the very end. And I don't think everybody looked at that Tottenham Hotspur game where we had to go away to the Spurs and win as the final, you know, if they can do this, they'll go on and win. So I was definitely more nervous about that Tottenham game than I was about this West Ham game that we played to win the title. But there's just, I don't know, there's something about having to do it on the last day of the season that I don't know. I've seen the Villa 3-2. I've seen Brighton away where luckily we won
about Brighton.
We won 4-1 against Brighton away to beat Liverpool to the league a couple of years ago. You know, I've very rarely seen us run away with it. And so there's just that last day nervousness. But once Foden scored that goal in the opening 2 minutes, yeah, everything. My nerves calmed down. So,
And you finally calmed down. Good for you.
Well, that's
well, I
good,
mean,
dude.
I
Good
drank
for
an entire
you.
6-pack that day, so that helped.
Well, I found a common solution to a lot of my problems is alcohol. Yep. That's definitely yeah. That's how that goes. That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't go.
Sometimes
The
maybe
way she
good,
goes.
sometimes maybe shit.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. You don't even know.
I like how you said that sometimes she goes and sometimes Deserby goes.
Dude, I fucking love Deserby.
You know he's leaving Brighton.
I
I
know.
don't know
I'm
if
gonna
you saw
miss
that.
him. I did.
Yeah, and then we heard the news with Pochettino leaving. So it
Yep.
looks like Chelsea's going to swoop up
That
on
came
him.
honestly, that's a bit of a surprise for me. I'm not gonna
You know
lie.
what? That is true. It was like we saw these things coming in. Like this will be the 5th manager within 2 years,
It's
or
crazy.
2 or 3 seasons, 2 seasons, and it's fucking unreal. Like I don't understand why they give these coaches just 1 year or even half a season. Give them the whole fucking season and then try it again and elaborate. So it's clearly upper management of
It's
doing this
always
stuff.
upper management, bro.
It's like, dude, I don't yeah, dude. I was yeah, Pochettino's
Fucking
out, dude.
upper management, man.
It
Don't get
is.
me started.
It is fucking. I mean, he turned around the second half and how Chelsea is now going to be. We have some Europe coming in, so it's we came in 6th place. We had a great turnaround, and it was just like I don't get it, dude. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I'll say this about Pochettino: like the guy's allergic to trophies. I don't think you were actually going to win anything with him as your manager. But I will say the turnaround that happened towards the end of the season with you guys pushing, and I think you've won the last 5 games in a row.
Yep.
Like pushing towards the end, getting Europe. Granted, it's just the Conference League, but you got to start somewhere. Whatever. It's really easy to diminish. Oh, it's just the Conference League. But look at West Ham last year. West Ham won their first trophy in, I don't know, 40 years, and it was the European Conference League.
And the
It's
year
something.
before
Yeah,
that,
it was
they
something.
had Nate
You know what I
Shelley
mean?
as the manager.
Exactly.
And that fucking what's his name? The owner. He was a
He's
dick.
real dickhead. He's a real
Dude,
dickhead.
That guy was a dick. What was
Oh,
his
he's
name?
dickhead.
I don't even remember. Rupert.
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 Bro, Rupert can get fucked, frankly.
Well, that's not nice, Greg. That's not nice.
They were coming off a shitty thing with that, but at the end of the day, they still lost. They still lost to City.
Yeah.
Here you are, Patrick, taking your
Well,
victory lap. I feel like we're here too often, where you're just sitting there with your fucking.
I mean, that's most of the Premier League.
Like this. You're just
hands back. Fucking has his
Look,
cigar
let's be
out.
honest. No,
You know what I mean?
let's be no, I can be like that right now. I can be like that now.
You fucking
that
should
we did
be.
it.
You
I
should
can be like that now, and I was on Sunday. But it's like,
No, that's fair.
dude,
That's fair.
honestly, it's like,
get it together, Terry.
were we really convinced, like at points in the season that
More
City
like
were
the
gonna do
Ligma
it?
pose.
Leave my balls.
Hey.
But like, yeah, seriously, were we convinced at any point in the season that this was actually going to be the case? I know City.
You were.
I know. Huh?
You were convinced.
At the start of the season, not in December.
I was more convinced of how Liverpool was playing, and then especially when the announcement of Klopp leaving, I thought it was going to be a done
They
deal.
were on.
They were on a tear.
Honestly, here's the thing that I will say to all rival fans, particularly Liverpool and Arsenal. The biggest problem that I see with them, especially Arsenal, that I've seen the last 2 years with them, is they hype their team too much. They'll get there in December and think, "Oh, we're the great." Like Liverpool was on a killer run, and I was there with them. I thought Liverpool was going to win the league with how they were running the
Liverpool.
Klopp
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But the media, their fans, everybody hypes them up so much that they're going to win the quad. They're the greatest thing ever. They have the greatest players. Like the amount of praise that Saka gets over at Arsenal, he's the greatest thing ever. When we have Foden over at our club, and don't get me wrong, Saka is a great player. I genuinely would take him at City, but like
I think it's kind of naive.
they hype this, they hype their team too much, and I think they crumble under pressure. They would do well to just calm down a little bit and just get their head down, do the work, don't drop points when you need to or when you can't, like at Villa. They had multiple opportunities during this season to run away with the league. All teams did. City did, Liverpool
Brighton
did,
did.
Brighton did, Chelsea didn't.
Everton did.
Everton
Sheffield
did.
United did.
No, but seriously, like
fucking Sheffield.
City, Arsenal, and Liverpool all had opportunity to run away with this league,
They
and
really
none of
did.
them did. The
None
difference
of them
between
did.
the biggest difference between all of those teams is, frankly, in my opinion, down to one person, and that's Pep Guardiola. Pep knows how to just keep us there, and then when we need to kick into gear, we kick into gear. But even this season, it didn't really felt like we kicked into gear until the last month of the season. All of those two teams had opportunity to go out and get create a gap that we couldn't make up. And our friends in the chat here, Hollywood Kipax, said something a little bit earlier here. Yeah. He said, and they should have beat us at home. This was referring to Arsenal.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely right. They had every opportunity to beat us at home. They came and they parked the bus. And it turns out that that point that they got at the time, that draw seemed reasonable because of where we were at the table. But now looking back, if they had gotten that win, it probably would have put us out of contention of the league. So, look, Arsenal did great this year. Liverpool, unfortunately, just kind of tapered off at the end. And I don't think they're going to be back for a while because Klopp's gone. I don't think they're going to have I don't think they're going to be able to keep their star players. One of those star players is going. This new manager, I don't know anything about him, but I don't have good vibes about the
I don't like him.
Eredivisie managers coming in.
I don't like him.
But I mean, Arsenal.
George
if Arsenal have a good summer and they get an actual clinical striker, there's a chance they'll win the league next year, 100%.
They'll sign a Jackson, dude. He's gonna be a free agent.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If any Arsenal fans end up hearing this, just don't hype it up in fucking November when you're top of the league. Be consistent, follow the team, be in there for the hard moments, and let's see what happens next May. Maybe you'll lift the Premier League trophy. Because I mean, honestly, Arsenal were very good this year. In my opinion, Arsenal were probably the better team in the league. They just couldn't really pull it out at the end. Giggity.
Damn.
Hate it when I can't pull it out. George knows what that's like.
Dude, George is the one who knows what that's like. George can have like 6 or 8 more kids, probably.
He can't pull it out at the end.
Shop's closed, dude. Shop's closed. Hey, nope, I ain't touching.
Oh, just like that. Just like that, George is having another kid.
Anyways,
just like that we witnessed that live.
I'm excited. George is having more kids. I'm excited. City's won the Premier League 4 times in a row.
Hey, I'm gonna have a fucking talk to Eugene, dude.
Hey, bro, he doesn't need to be doing none of that right now. Not that.
Greg already went through that shit.
Not happening. George got sniffed.
That's fucking true.
That doesn't always work, bro. Those strong genes of yours, George.
Got some strong swimmers, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking swimming around, dude. Deep end, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
deep in his ball bag.
In his ball bag.
You know?
Deep in his ball bag. So, Patrick, your football team has won the Premier League championship. What are you gonna do now?
I'm going to Disneyland. No,
Thank you.
I'm actually headed off to Italy. That's what I'm
I'm
gonna
going
do.
to Italy.
Hey, this is
Yeah.
why we're stopping the podcast. Is Patrick doesn't believe that the internet works across the ocean that far, so we're gonna have to shut down. He's moving to Italy.
Fucking Nick Cannon, bro.
He's been working
Damn,
on
you gonna fucking
his
do me like that, dude.
his Italian hand gesture, and he's gonna be out there sniffing
Well, we've
the
spent-
produce.
We've spent 20 minutes talking about my season.
Mamma mia!
Why don't you
I don't
guys
wanna
talk
go
about your
there.
season?
I don't want to talk about my season. I don't have much good to say about it. It sucks.
It was kind of disappointing, to be
It's-
honest. And now
it-
you lost your manager.
It not only that, the greatest character person just in football is Roberto De Zerbi. He's just such a character.
It's actually
And
that's not a bad point.
We needed him to stay. We needed him to stay, but he's moving on. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, honestly. To be real honest with you, I don't know what he's doing. He might have time to spend with the grandkids. That's usually what older people tend to do. I don't know if he has grandkids. He still has, he still has his regular color hair, so he might not be that old. It'd be nice to be old enough to see grandchildren. Existential crisis.
Unbelievable, dude. Well, I mean, so how's it gonna feel when he goes to a real team, dude? Chelsea.
I mean, you're gonna love him. You're gonna love him because he's gonna coach you to some wins. I might have to honestly. I don't know if I'm as much a fan of Brighton as I am a fan of De Zerbi.
That's
But
fair.
if he goes to Chelsea, man, I couldn't do that. The most Can I tell you a story, George, of why I actually hate Chelsea? And it has
hate
nothing
Chelsea,
to do
or you hate
with
a Chelsea.
No. I don't actually hate anyone I've ever met named Chelsea. No, specifically, there was this guy that I met one time, and I don't remember where I met him. I think it was at a bar.
Did he touch you inappropriately?
No, he didn't touch me inappropriately, but he was just the most obnoxious human being I've ever met in my entire life. And you'll never guess what he was wearing. He was wearing a jersey for your team. And I was like, God, if this is what people who are a fan of this team are like, count me out, Buster. I'm not.
Is this a real story?
This is a real story. I don't remember what his name was, but I do remember he was a white dude. He was like 5, 8, or 9.
You got to watch out for those white people.
Bro, he was bald and white and thin. The white folks,
You sure his name wasn't Patrick?
Well, last time I checked, you're not bald. You might take that toupee off at night when you go to bed. I don't know. That would be pretty clever. That'd be a clever ruse. I suppose I can't, in good conscience, say I've ever given your hair a good yank.
Tug.
So you might be bald, man.
You've given other things a good tug on me, but not my hair.
Hey, it's just. I mean, we just grab that hair, dude. We just got to call one person and say, "Hey, is that thing attached still, or is it?"
Oh, it sits in a box in the closet.
It's in a box. Damn.
Well, I mean, that's pretty good, dude. But it's gonna happen, dude. Chelsea needs a
manager too.
They need a good one.
Yeah. So,
but I think there's rumors about him going to the Bundesliga. Who was it? Bayern.
Nah, company.
Is that the rumor?
Like, well, yeah, it was, but I thought it was dismissed. I think company is but according to Romano, company is leading the charge for the Bayern job.
Yeah. So that means he might be staying, dude. He might be staying the London.
Well, we don't know. Currently, the manager position is vacant. They ended their season 11th. I could apply. I mean, I could. I bet you it's just brighton.co.uk/careers. and then you go down and there's head coach. You submit a resume. There's probably like a 3-minute video as why you would be a good fit for manager. They probably want to see you with your whistle, doing your oi. You run laps now.
UK/careers.
Hey. Oh shit, that was good, dude. God damn it.
And then you just submit it. That'll probably take a few weeks to process, I would assume.
A few weeks? You want to get it on the spot, dude?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they just do on the spot interviews like that. I would bet you if you went there. See, this is what my parents always told me. If you want a job, you got to go there with your resume. Say, hey, I submitted an application. So if I had the convenience of being able to just
our
pop
parents
down
don't know shit about getting jobs, bro.
I know, dude. I know.
That's how it fucking worked back in the 60s. So
yeah. So, but either way, out of convenience, when you could go down there and be like, oi, there you go. You go down, you'd be like, look here, I'll be a good manager. You guys stop drinking all the beers and get to bed because we have a match tomorrow. That's half of what it is, I would assume.
Greg,
most of it.
All right, so you get the job as Brighton manager.
Yeah.
First day of training, you walk in. What are the
I'm
first
firing fucking Ted Lasso.
What is the first 2 coaching training sessions you're gonna do with the boys at Brighton?
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. First thing we're gonna do:
tape measure, pull down your pants.
Everybody's getting dick measured, and everyone's gonna stand in line from the smallest dick to longest dick, and we're gonna remember our places every single time. And that's gonna be
at the
longest dick.
Line.
Will be going out first. And the shortest dick will be coming out last.
Trying to wake up,
or maybe the other way around. No, probably the other way around, because usually the last person to come out is like the most important person. So probably the first person out would be the one with the smallest wiener. So we're gonna do that first and foremost. The second thing we're gonna do, I think maybe it's either an ice cream social or possibly a trip to whatever fucking theme park they have over there in the UK.
I was really hoping that this would go the route of, guys, here's the ball, put it in the back of the net.
Yeah. Well, that's number 3. That's like number 6. We got to get together first.
Yeah, team building exercises first. We got
to build some team, okay? And we're not doing it over fucking Zoom, okay? So they're going to have to spring for everyone to travel, mostly me, over there and live, So
you could live on the south coast of England. It's a nice place.
I wouldn't mind it. London's...
You already look like you belong there, you pasty motherfucker.
Yeah, that's very true. I am very white. It's not my fault. I come by it honestly. My family is very white.
No,
I have Irish genes. I might have some Native American in me. Everyone says they have a little bit of it in them, but here's the thing: I'm never gonna do one of those 23andMe tests. I know that's how they get you. And if one of my distant family members is a serial killer that has not been caught, I do not want them to get caught because of me.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I actually did my 23andMe.
I am waiting for the day that Greg shows up and he's dressed like his father. We went back an earlier episode where your father had the dad drip going on.
Shorts.
I can't wait till he shows up and he's at the jorts.
Dude, I got a better picture now. I'll send it to both of you. My dad and sister and my girlfriend and I went to a football game, I think it was. And there's this picture of my dad wearing his jorts, and my sister's looking back with this scowl that she makes. And then my girlfriend's just like, it's hilarious. That's a great picture.
Any girlfriend stuff? Girlfriend vibes?
Any girlfriend? Yeah, girlfriend vibes. She was having a good time. She's doing all right.
You still going to Florida?
I don't know, man. Probably.
The
I
Key
think
West, dude.
that fuck no, bro. I could not afford to go to Key West. See, this is the thing.
But hey, you're a new
It's
coach.
so
right? You
expensive.
could afford it, dude.
It's so expensive, dude. It's so crazy expensive. Like, I don't know if there was a reasonably priced place, I would fucking jump on it because that place was sweet. Even if it was up the Keys a little bit, it doesn't have to be in Key West. All of it's like 10 or 15 miles. So it's not much room, You go 45 minutes from one end of the island to another end, from the south to the northernmost pole of the Keys. So it's like it doesn't fucking matter really where you live down there, at least from my point of view, because in Arizona, most things are 20 minutes away, and for Patrick's case, it's like more like an hour, but
That's fair.
that's because he lives out in the sticks. Because his what the fuck? What kind of dog is Bean?
Well, it doesn't matter. You can come talk to me when you have your own house. So
That's fair. No, that's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Oh, dude, yeah, hit him like that, dude, Patrick.
Hit me.
yeah, I do.
Hit me like that. Hey,
He likes it. Next
I
time
like
I'll
it.
spit on him and call him worthless too. He likes it.
Oh God.
He's getting
I
hard
might
right
have
now.
to take a break.
Well, I want to watch. Dude.
We might have to take a break.
We might
Totally
have to-
unrelated. All right, George, let's talk about your season.
Yeah.
Talk about an up and down season.
Dude, it was definitely a roller coaster the first half of the season. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And it turned around to, like what you said, dude. We won the last 5 games. We're still definitely gonna need a striker to see how that goes during the season. During the off season, what's gonna happen. And I think what really has to happen is if they can really, really, really keep Nkoku healthy somehow, because having him as our striker and maybe even moving Jackson to the wing, or I mean, and then I don't know. It's going to be definitely going to be interesting. We're going to be losing. We're losing Thiago, and probably some other players. We're probably going to lose Mudryk. I hate to say this, but we're probably going to lose Gallagher, that's going to be a very sad day when that does happen. When and if it does happen.
So where did all the money go? Like the £1 billion you guys spent, where does it all go? And is that a prime that you're drinking? Is it
No,
prime?
Dude. No, dude. It's
koozie.
Oh, it's my little koozie, dude. See that?
No, okay. Save a rack.
Save a rack, dude. Breast cancer awareness, dude. Come on.
Yeah. So is that like a charity where you go hunting, and the money that you raise goes to breast cancer?
Yeah, we had. Well, it was my previous company. We had a fundraiser that we were really involved with. I can't remember who it was, but the office manager kind of took care of that. And breast cancer was one of the ones we did. So we had a little charity event, and they had a bunch of shirts, T-shirts, and it was actually in Tucson, dude. So actually, it's actually in Sonoya. So a little further down.
Sonoya. I love Sonoya.
And yeah, so the little logo with the little racks, because all the managers over there, they're big on hunting and fishing and all that good stuff. So I thought it was a cool little thing they got. So they had some koozies. They had a bunch of good swag out there. So
nice.
Yep, always keep them around.
Always fan of swag.
Always fan of swag, dude.
So, yeah, man. So does that money? Do the players have to return that money because they didn't do very well?
Dude, that ever does happen, you fucking see a lot of players leave, dude. You'll see
Jack Grealish gone. I'll tell you that right now.
You'll see Jack. You'll see Caicedo. You'll see Enzo. All drag up, dude. You know what I mean? So
damn.
But
that's rough.
No, they're in it. They're in it for the. They're in it to win it, dude.
In it to win it.
But yeah, I think like what you said, Patrick. We won the last 5 games, and we got Europe Conference. It was a great turnaround. I mean, from last season we were at 12th place. Now we're was it 12th place or 11th place? I can't remember from last season. And now we finished 6th, which is just behind Spurs. And if
Maybe
Spurs would have,
Pochettino, maybe Pochettino wasn't the guy to take you to trophies, but I would have at least liked to see him. Because when did he come in? Preseason, basically. Your transfer
like
window was
June,
already done.
June or no, I was like okay, so now I'm in like July then.
Yeah, your transfer window was basically done though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I would
Yeah,
have
it
liked to
was.
see him have a transfer window to trim the fat at least, and then
Yeah, at least have
another
some.
season.
At least have him have a say. Like, hey, we're looking at fucking, I don't know, someone. Right?
Can you even really determine how he's doing in that short of a time?
Not after a year, no.
Not after a year, because some of the team members are. I mean, some of the the team's already there, and then the owner's already signing a bunch of
and they've gone through. Look at Enzo; he's had 5 different managers. That's not fair to the player.
Yep.
Like,
it's not fair to the players. It's not fair to the fans.
Look again.
It's not fair to George Aldapa. You know what I mean?
Shout out to, like, again, going back to Arsenal, they gave Arteta's time, and look what's happened. Yes, they've spent money, and yes, they've all of that stuff, but look at what happened. They actually are competing for titles now. And I'll say this, like, as much as I hate them, they're kind of doing the same thing with Ten Hag too.
I think we can all say that we all dislike and hate Arsenal and Arsenal fans. It's for,
I mean, their fans are a pain in the ass for sure, but I actually don't really have much beef with Arsenal. They've been great the last 2 years. Last year they exceeded expectations. This year, yeah, they pushed us the whole way, and I don't got any beef with them. It's fine. I don't like the thing I have issue with their fans is that they hype their players up like they're the greatest thing ever. They're like every player they have is a fucking Galactico, and it's like, no, you're not.
Well, I think the big one is with Saka, right? Everyone's talking.
Yeah, but it's their
like,
star boy. Like, to a certain extent, I understand it. Like, we do the same thing with Foden. You guys have done the same thing with Gallagher. The only thing I say is, like, look, Saka's young. You can't play a kid that young all the time. He's gonna fuck up. Sorry.
And going back to Patrick's earlier point about beef, would it be grass-fed beef?
Always.
Okay.
That's the only good kind. That's the only good kind.
Yeah. Because I'm a vegetarian and I am fucking scared of him. It took me all that time to formulate that. That wasn't even a lot funny.
Don't go into this whole time on the podcast, Greg has tried to start a stand-up comedy career, and I think all of us can agree we've learned
it is not going to work out.
What we've learned in this podcast is that a career in stand-up comedy is not going to work out for you, buddy.
Not on the cards. Not in the cards. That's okay. I won't quit my day job, which really isn't. It's mostly a sitting job. So driving.
Well, boys,
sitting driving.
We're slowly approaching the end of this episode, and I wanted to get your opinions on what you thought going into this podcast, and mostly Greg. Honestly, Greg is, because George, you've been a football fan. Obviously, I'm the goddamn fanatic over here. So, but Greg, you came into this kind of blind, and you've been through your first Premier League season, and your team didn't do blind. Your team didn't do as maybe as well as you hoped, but how do you feel after your first Premier League season, and how do you feel going forward with this wonderful game that I've forced upon you?
I've claimed in the past that Brighton was going to win the Premier League this year.
They still are.
In many ways, they have. They've won the hearts of millions, specifically this heart right here. Which I recently found out is I have high cholesterol. So
I could have fucking told you that.
Yeah. So this is news, but I don't have diabetes.
But
my mom does, and she told me that as she was eating a cinnamon roll at the new cinnamon roll place that we have in town called Cinnaholic. Bro, that place is fire.
Cinnaholic?
Mm-hmm. They got just this one that has this peanut butter frosting. Oh, so good. But mom's like, oh, by the way, I'm fucking diabetic. Oh, great. I'm glad I invited you here. But I don't have it.
I'm glad you're having this roll that's basically sugar.
Yeah, it's just a sugar. Well, all those years of birthday cake for breakfast is catching up to her. And that's okay. That's okay. She's lived it. She's lived that life, and now it's time to be healthy.
She's lived it. She's loved it.
She's lived, laughed, loved it.
Yeah.
And now it's time to move on. We're closing that chapter. No more birthday cake for breakfast, Mom. It's time to get it together here, Terry.
You
But
know,
I'll tell you.
Greg's mom, all I'm going to say to you is eat prickweef.
Eat prickweef. Yep. Okay. But I would say that even though it didn't go how I wanted it to, it's just a lesson in life. How nothing ever goes like you want it to. And
so just give up.
So just give up. Don't do anything. Collect unemployment. Find the smallest, shittiest apartment you can and never leave. And
this is getting oddly personal.
In your house. And you know what? Why not? Because life is short, so you might as well smoke meth. That's my opinion. You know, just one man's opinion. Life is short. Speaking of which,
this was the exact way I expected you to respond, but in all reality, I wanted an actual response as well.
So, in seriousness, I had a whole lot of fun watching football this year. It certainly held American football up to a microscope, and definitely isn't quite as fun to watch as it used to be. I'm gonna certainly be catching such an Arizona thing. I'm certainly gonna be watching games in the morning. I love to get up in the morning. It's a great thing to do on a Saturday, is to watch football, you know, hang out, have some coffee. You know, my girlfriend usually leaves for work, so I'm usually not wearing any pants.
Nice.
And, you know, hang out. She can't tell me what to do because she works on Saturday, and I'm not going to do shit. So I'm definitely here to stay. I like Brighton. We're going to see how we're going to do. I'm not too sure, but I think that at this point, there's really no point in switching, but there might be. We'll see. It is always good to be a part of winning, a winning fan base. However, more importantly than that, I do enjoy giving Patrick shit. And so it has been a tough choice. And I don't know yet. But I certainly would never start to support United. But
to win.
But
he's going to support the Arsenal.
I might. It is a cool team. Ooh. Who knows? Who knows what the future has in store for me? I do like Brighton, though. And maybe they'll get a good, you know, maybe they'll get some good in the transfer window. Maybe they'll get a good manager. Maybe they'll respond to my interview. Who knows? Maybe I'll be the new manager, and then I will definitely be supporting them. Get all that free merch. I'll send Patrick. I'll send you a jersey every single week with your name misspelled.
Perfect. Patrik. It's the first one I expect.
Yep. And then I'll just send Bean the dog. Been. Bien. Bien the dog.
Bien. Bueno.
Oh God,
that's fine. I'm gonna send you one that says pendejo. So
yeah, that's exactly what it is. But who knows what the future has in store for me? I was I wasn't really paying attention the whole time we were doing this. I was submitting my application on brighton.co.uk/careers.
I'm looking to make my transition. I'm looking to make my transition over to the UK. So if you need if you need a set piece person, I can say, look, guys, first thing we're gonna do, put the ball in the air. Secondly, one of you head the ball into the net.
Yep.
I've got all the credentials.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds pretty good. I'd probably hire you as my assistant coach. I mean, if I was lucky enough
He said probably. He said probably.
to
You gotta talk to Eugene, dude.
if they hired me as a coach or a manager, at that point I'd probably have enough leverage to be like, well, you guys already made one mistake. So let's
So
hire
let's make
Patrick.
some more.
Let's hire Patrick. I'll have you in like an earpiece. What I'll do is I'll hire you to just sit in like a skybox and you have like lunch and stuff catered and all that.
Oh
You
yeah.
just
all
sit
you
in
gotta do.
the
Love you, Will. Thank you.
and just sit up there and I'll have an earpiece and you'll just be like, tell him this. Tell him, listen here, you fucking twat. Get your shit together and kick the ball over here. Blah blah blah. And then I'll know what I'm talking about. Or it'll be like that one coach from Ted Lasso, the guy with the hat. He just always kind of around. He has weird sexual fantasies. It's kind of the underlying thing about him. You never know. You never know.
It's probably
But-
more the latter. Let's be honest.
I think I'm here to stay as a football fan. I certainly enjoyed the bantering with the boys, you know. So we'll have to have them. We'll have to come back and maybe be on their show or some shit. Who knows? We'll see. I don't think this is the end of. I think this is just sayonara for now.
I don't think this is the end of us being online and talking about football, but I definitely agree this is goodbye for right now.
Yeah. Patrick has to go focus on his music, which he had a new single come out today.
I did.
Trapped in My Head.
Trapped in My Head for my new band,
Trapped in
Catalyst.
My-
Well, working name is Catalyst right now. We'll kind of figure out what we want to do with it later, but
It's a good
yeah,
name.
I'm really excited about it. But,
Good song.
Thank you.
It's a good song.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Hollywood Kitbacks, for hanging out.
Yeah,
George,
I
you?
think that's what Greg, like what you mentioned at the very end, that we met so many friends, teams, jumping on different podcasts, right? And just showing the love of how the US podcasts here is not, as popular, right? Out here. Like, I don't know, when we got that announcement that we were the number 2 in podcasts for Arizona, right? So that was pretty cool to see. And then, I don't know what numbers we at the final, what it was of with Man City. I know because we were up there with Man City, we were up there with Chelsea. Brighton, I don't know. I don't think we were on there, the top, 5 or 10 or whatever it was. But it was definitely, definitely a fun ride.
Yeah.
And it's always good to talk to you, dude. You Patrick and Greg. It's always nice to chat, especially we get to fuck around a lot. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's always nice hearing about how many children you're having. Like, it's like every time I talk to you, bro, you have a new kid.
Georgians have the
It's
same number of
great.
children as City has won titles.
Hey,
you're fucking out of control, dude.
Bro.
Christine's like, give you an ass open, dude. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, don't you fucking dare say that. You gotta be careful, dude. You're going to Italy, dude.
Yep. Dude,
Let's
I
see how
hear that there's something in the
your
water.
games-
There's something in the water over there that, you just come back and next thing you know. No.
Yeah, it's the Catholicism in the air.
The Catholicism in the air. That's exactly right. You go, you kneel down, you
I bet you
pray.
kneel down.
Ayo.
Hey, you better check those knee pads, dude. You see them. You see those knee
Yeah.
pads.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the nose pinch, George.
Hey, I think it's time to fucking. Oh no, we can't say it. Well,
No, we never can say it.
No.
It's been a good time.
Has
We've
been.
met a lot of folks along the way, made some friends. I don't think we made any enemies. Maybe United fans, but
And
You know what?
I can't really think that our opinions have been that controversial. Patrick, said some crazy things, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's been, if we can just shout out some of the podcasts.
I was going to the same place.
What?
Cast your eyes to the side and say, I'm sorry. 5 days since you laughed at me.
Fucking Will saying, "Say it, dude.
Say it loud. Say it
Say it
proud.
loud and clear, dude. Say it loud." Dude.
Just a bit of banter.
Yeah, I'd just echo everything you guys have said. Really, I set out with this to, talk to 2 of my friends who, George, you knew football. Greg, I had that podcast with you as Talk Man City was dying, and it was awesome. And we were making your album at the time, and I really appreciate Greg you coming in and just kind of diving headfirst in and getting involved in a sport I love. And George, meeting you and having somebody at the office I can talk football with, it's great. But I think at the end of the day, I set out with this with you guys to really expand my football community and meet other fans. And look, we've got the first guest we ever had on the show, Hollywood Kipax over in LA, that George, you've gone and actually met
them in person. That's fucking crazy.
Well, hold on. Let me rephrase
wild.
it. I met Alex and Will. I know you're listening, bud. I know you're there. But you bailed on me twice, dude.
Dude, I don't know if Will exists.
I don't think he's
feel
real.
I feel like every time we've ever been, supposed to meet him or see him or something.
You know what?
Well, I can't make
Let me
it.
rephrase that. I saw
Technology
him in
issues.
My camera's broken. That's why I can't FaceTime you.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there's a whole television show on that called Catfish. He's not real.
But no, like
birds aren't real.
Obviously birds aren't real. That's a whole conversation.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, you ever seen a bird in? Never mind. Anyways, but yeah, starting with the Hollywood, they were on, and we've gotten to meet them. Will, I believe, I'm sorry if I got this wrong. I believe it's Will from the Snobby Pod. We've been on your show, they've been on ours, and we're friends with them. I got to talk to I got to talk to Mull from the Noisy Neighbors, which, I mean, they're like inspirational to me in terms of getting into this whole podcasting space and talking about city. So that was huge. And we got to talking to our friends from, who was the Chelsea people we had on? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on them right now.
We had the Premier Chelsea, so we had
Premier Chelsea. We had them on. We had Raul,
Colby and Joe.
Even the American Red Devils. They were on.
We had Alex from
Talk
American Red Devil Pod.
Talk shit without me here. That's just fine.
Talk mad shit.
And we had our boy Evan
the Tune
from Citizen Fancast.
Yep. We had Talk of the Tune on.
Talking the Tune, dude. Me and Greg were on that one, dude. That was fucking cool.
And Shades of Blue.
Shades of Blue. Crunk from Shades of Blue. Shout out to them.
Chocolate.
They had us on their show. All
Great
three of
name.
us.
Such a great name, Crunk Chocolate. God, where do you come up with something like that? That's fucking brilliant.
It sounds like a stage, dude.
It has to be. I hope it is. In some capacity, I hope it is. Great name. Great show. It's great.
Oh, yeah. It was like you said, it was definitely a fun experience.
Yeah,
and like you said, like Patrick, you said, the community of how there's other people out there, dude, who are all for it. And they know that me and Greg are out. Not we're not City fans, but they, I like to bullshit a lot too, right? I mean, that's what we do, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it just with like you said, the kickbacks was Alex and Will, and Snobby Pod with Colby and Joe. It's always nice to just talk about that, and we can just go for hours, dude. You know what I mean? And we can go on for hours.
We can always go on for hours.
But Greg can't upgrade his fucking seat to get a damn fucking nice chair.
Yeah,
you have to use your fucking kitchen table, dude.
Yeah, everybody's saying that it's me. That's the reason. Everybody's saying it's me. The reason this is dying. That Italy and all that. The reality is that Greg cannot upgrade his chair, so he can't sit for any longer.
My ass is asleep right now.
Therefore, the podcast is dying because
the logical conclusion was just stop doing it altogether.
Yeah, of course. It wasn't buy a new chair.
Yeah,
it was just stop it all.
Stop completely.
But no,
all
serious. Thank you guys for being involved in this. Thank you to everybody that's been on. Alex and Will in the chat. Colby and Joe, Alex from the American Red Devils. Everybody that, if you've been on this show, thank you. Anybody that's listened to the show, thank you. And thanks for being a part of my passion. And I know the other guys' passion as well. I've set out and I've accomplished everything I wanted to do with this. I could only speak for me on that. I know, but I'd imagine you guys are in the same boat. So,
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Thanks for
definitely
listening to us, guys.
definitely fun.
I never
Definitely
really
fun.
knew what I was talking about.
Hey, we just kept it going, dude. You know what I mean? It was definitely fun, dude.
We'll have to
It was-
come back and do something. Sometime.
We'll fucking do something, and you never know, dude.
You never know.
Something might pop off, dude. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
you
it's,
never know. Just look for us on maybe some other shows. That's all
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know, dude. You
Well,
never know.
just a bit of banter, boys. 32 episodes. It's been a good ride. George, Patrick.
Hey, so
Thank
I think instead of doing our handles, dude, what if we do people want to reach out on our maybe personal ones, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you guys want to do that. So
Why not?
Greg,
Get
Greg,
at
where,
me.
Greg, where can we find you and Eugene?
Greg,
dude?
get at
Eugene
me.
personally.
Eugene, you can get at him. You'll have to slide in the DMs for that. Get at me, Greg.
Oh, I'm already there.
On Instagram, GregKath. Catch me on Apple and Spotify releasing music with Patrick and Brandon. Catch me outside.
Catch
How
me
about
outside.
that?
How about that,
Yeah, that's where you need to catch me. Patrick, I like
George?
that. I love it.
Electric
Electric
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo. Love it.
Love it,
George?
dude.
George, where can the people get at you?
People can get at me at G Aldapa ALDAPA 22.
2-2.
22.
Pew, pew.
Deuce is wild, dude. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you guys want to chat, dude, you know, I'm all in for anything, dude.
And Patrick, where can the
Anything.
people get at you?
Anything, dude.
Besides
I'll
behind
come
the
in my fucking,
7-Eleven
I'll fucking come in my gun, dude.
dumpster.
So
Besides
you
the
can.
7-Eleven dumpster, where can they find you?
Well, yeah, I'm usually there Thursdays through Saturday, but no, you can find me. I'm like Greg said, I'm going to be putting out new music here. That's actually one of the big reasons why this is dying. And you can find me at City of Patrick 1. If you want me on your show to be a city host or talk about football, I'm always down. But my focus is going to turn on to my music. And you could find me there. We're still working on an official band name, so more to come. Just follow me, at City of Patrick 1 on Instagram.
Yep.
Hold
we're
on, we
definitely
have a serious question on the
Oh,
chat.
yeah.
We have a serious one. So I mean,
I've had my.
Greg, I'll let
Well,
you
Greg, we've established Greg has an OnlyFans already.
I have
so
I sit on cakes.
I'm going to be
Not
showing my
verified.
I'm going to be showing my culo on OnlyFans
deal.
just for you. So
All right. 1 hour. That's a podcast. Thanks so much for listening.
Hey boys, it was fun.
everybody.
See you later.
Was signing off for the last time. Bit of banter. City or champions. Love you all. Good night.
Night, guys. Peace.